Earthlings, it's me, Magical Princess, Angel of Justice, Protector of the peace-loving planet of Rabufru, at your service. Hello! So today it's another manga page stream. Not very surprising as of the last few months, but I'm definitely happy to be streaming. Alright, so I did put up a poll for a t-shirt design. I am attempting to design some t-shirts for a convention that's coming up at the end of this month now. It's coming up quickly. Yeah, I'll put it behind me. There we go. I am going to be a guest at a convention in Portland, Maine, called PortCon, and I need some more merch. So I've designed these 3 t-shirts. I might order all 3, but it gets kind of pricey, so I was attempting to see if I could narrow it down with the help of some of my viewers, which t-shirt designs they think might be best. Yeah, so definitely excited to have our first guest position. We've been doing anime conventions for about 9 years now, but this will be the first time that we have been a guest star at one of them. I mean, we've definitely done like panels and things like that, but this is a little different. Like, we're on the home page of PortCon's website and that kind of thing. So I'm really excited. Oh, that's okay, Wes. I realized it was kind of confusing. Thanks for voting. I'll keep in mind that one of the star manga page should be the kanji pop art one. So I've been actually learning Japanese, and that's why I wanted to do this design. Because I haven't felt comfortable putting, much kanji or anything on my designs in the past, even though I think it's really cute in t-shirt designs. But now that I'm learning it, I feel like I can kind of justify, maybe. Oh, this one with a long t-shirt design. That could be cute. If it had long sleeves, would you want anything on the sleeve? Like, I have this one that has the shooting star and logo on the sleeve. I guess maybe the kanji could just go down the sleeve if it was going to be like that. I don't know. I definitely like the long sleeve idea, for sure. Shorter sleeve is cheaper to order, but I just think sleeve printing is so cute. And then this t-shirt design, I've been wanting to create for years now, actually. I tried to get funding for it back in beginning of the pandemic, so I guess 2020. Been trying to get people to want this design for 4 whole years. But I personally want it, so I found the perfect t-shirt option where it's kind of this coral cameo color with a distressed dye. So I made it a little distressed and added some bows and things, and then it says in cursive, Magical Princess Sky, Protector of the peace-loving planet of Rabufru, an Angel of Justice down there. So that's pretty cute. They're all good. And I was attempting to design some new designs instead of these, because these are all like older art. Trying to design something specifically for a t-shirt, but I was definitely struggling when it comes to making things that are actually going to sell. It's kind of hard, so it's definitely less pressure if I just use an existing art piece and slap it on a shirt. Anyway, so there's the options, and I'm gonna shrink this down here. Hopefully it's still big enough for people to see. I mean, maybe it'll make more sense. Ah! Maybe it'll make more sense if I put it up here and make it a little bigger. Oh no, but then it kind of blocks what I'm working on. That's fine. Hopefully people can zoom in if they want. Or they can ask me. They can ask me to see it. I'm gonna put this little comic book page speed paint back up here. Okay. Wes says they all look really good. I really do like the last two. Third one is a good gender neutral option, and I really like the sleeve art. Thank you. I definitely wanted something that I could see all kinds of people wearing for that last one. For sure. So I'm glad that you like it. I thought it was definitely the cooler option too. I wanted to give something for people who want to look like more of a cool person than a cutesy person, I guess. And I really like those like manga page on the back t-shirt designs. I've seen a few, and I was like, I want to do my own. At first I was planning on putting it on a white t-shirt, but then I just think the black long sleeve just gives a cooler impression for sure. Also, thank you, I'm looking respectfully. Alright, I guess I should get to drawing, huh? Alright, so just gonna set everything up. So I have 2 comic book pages that I could work on today. Again, I also have a lot of really cute art that I made for potential t-shirt designs that just didn't get used. But I could still like technically draw them for something in the future. I also kind of have to work on Volume 8's cover at some point, since I have this convention at the end of the month and I need to make some flyers that advertise the fact that Volume 8 is coming out soon. But that means that I have to do some kind of cover art. And in the past I have done temporary cover art, so it might be like a cover that I just kind of throw out there and then I redesign it when it's time to do the Kickstarter. I've definitely done that before, so I do that so that I don't put too much unnecessary pressure on myself to make it like the best cover ever. So we'll see. Alright, so I guess I'll just kind of get into the groove by working on a little bit of this, and then maybe I'll work on the Volume 8 cover a little bit. But now that's going to be looming over me. I'm going to at least open up one of our old... Oh wait, do I have cover designs on here? I don't think I actually have any on this computer. It's on my external hard drive. So maybe I won't work on the cover art. It's just my excuse to get out of it. Alright, comic pages it is, I suppose. Alright. I don't really like the layout of this page, but I think I'm just gonna kind of go for it, drawing these scenes, and then kind of rework the page as I go. I definitely have a few different strategies for my layouts on comic pages, and sometimes if the layout doesn't look good, I just start drawing and just figure it out from there. I think I might have to hook my external hard drive though, because this is actually a flashback to a page in, I think it's like volume 4, so it was like way back there. And I want to make sure that it still kind of looks the same. So just give me 1 second. I'll hook up my external hard drive, and that'll also give me the option to work on that cover. It's more finicky than I thought. I'll be right back. I don't know how, but I have like all my USB ports in use. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now to get everything actually prepared and ready to go. So I'm gonna go in my Magical Princess Sky folder and I'm gonna get some things out. I definitely like redrawing old pages. It makes me feel accomplished. So I'm about to show you what this old page looked like. If I can find it. It is, I was right, it is in volume 4. Oh wait, no actually. Oh my gosh, is it sooner than that? Yeah, actually it's in volume 3? Yeah, it is. This is longer ago than I would have suspected. Alright, I found it. So there's this page, and this page, and this page. I'll open all 3 of them. Alright, so this is the scene that I'm redrawing. Magical Princess Sky goes to the government building on her planet to tell them about the threat of an alien race called the Knar, and is met by the army general, which happens to be her best friend's mom, and basically tells Magical Princess, if you interfere, then we're gonna come after you too. Classic vigilante kind of threats. And I'm about to try to redraw that here. So that's Carmelia's mom. This is Magical Princess walking into the building. So that's what I'm going to start with. I'm also going to go ahead and get up that cover art that I mentioned, some old cover art, something from maybe like last volume, and then we can just kind of draw a sketch on top of it as a thumbnail, since every volume has a similar layout, or rather the same layout really, just a different color and a different character. So going in there now. Hi, Isla Spider. Okay, I'll see you soon. And hi, Angel Stories. It's been a while. Angel Story says, I heard that Winx Club and Witch are both getting a reboot. Oh, very interesting. I never watched Witch as a kid, but I have some friends that are really into it. And I haven't seen anything from the new reboot. I did, however, see something briefly about a Winx Club reboot, but it looks like it is 3D. But, I didn't actually think that the art style was, too different for it being 3D, so maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I did really love Winx Club as a kid. I had a bunch of, Winx Club toys and stuff. My favorite was always tied between Musa and Tecna. I love them. Everyone else in the chat, if you've seen Winx Club, any Winx Club, I know there was a bunch of other reboots kind of in the, late 2000s, but I'm talking like original Winx Club. But whatever Winx Club you watched, do you have a favorite Winx? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious. Alright, let me get up. I forgot what I was doing. I need to still get up my comic book page, so I'm just getting up. A random page, so the layout will stay the same, basically. It just has to have like a new character in there. And I pretty much decided it's going to be Belgium because she wasn't really going to have a cover at first, but she's become a larger part of this volume than I anticipated. And I think that she's fairly popular. I don't know, sometimes. Sometimes I'm kind of wrong about which characters are going to be popular and which aren't. So you never know, but I'm just gonna pretend that that's like that, and then, we have to do like a new character in here. So I might work on that. But the daunting thing is really deciding what kind of outfit I want a character to wear in this case. So, Belgium is a space pirate captain, defector from the Kanar Empire. I want her to definitely seem spunky and powerful. Also, maybe a little romantic. So I'm just gonna do some doodling. Wes says, I like Stella from Winx Club. Flora's a close second. She and Fluttershy have the same vibes. Oh, you're so right! Fluttershy and her do have similar vibes. Fluttershy was definitely my favorite pony from Friendship is Magic. Though I didn't watch a whole lot of Friendship is Magic, but I liked what I did see. But I grew up watching a different My Little Pony, like the 80s My Little Pony. And so, not a lot of the ponies that we see in Friendship is Magic are in there, and then there was also the early 2000s reboot. That wasn't even really a show, it just had some discs that came with some of the toys that I also had as a kid, and at that time, Pinkie Pie was my favorite, but then the Friendship is Magic reboot, I definitely liked Fluttershy more than I liked Pinkie Pie, though Pinkie Pie is funny. It's definitely a bit much. In the original Winx Club, I also really liked their the ice villain lady. That's at the villain school instead of the fairy school. I forget what they called the villain school, but that's cool. Hello, welcome, Kakashikoku. They say, I love Pinkie Pie too, and also hi. Hi! Yeah, Pinkie Pie is super cute. I know I did a lot of, like, doodles of the ponies back in the day, but they're all in sketchbooks, so I can't pull them up on my computer for y'all. She looks too sweet here. Gotta give her a new facial expression. She also looks too young, so I'm gonna have to do the age up thing where you just shrink their eyes and make their mouth farther from their chin. That's tips for you. I know that my art style makes everyone look pretty young in general, though. It's kind of hard not to. Kakashi Koko said, I could never draw the ponies right. Used to do human designs. Aw, cute. I drew some human designs after I watched the Equestria Girls movie back in the day. I draw ponies, but they don't look like, you know, they're ponies. They look kind of like this weird, you know, like more realistic, but like not really. You know, they kind of look kind of like maybe the last unicorn, but not. I don't know. Also, I'm not looking at a picture of a horse, and so the anatomy is going to be really odd. Yeah. This back leg just needs to be farther back and longer. I'll try to draw Pinkie Pie from memory. It's got floofy hair, big eyes. I'm gonna give her a real horse nose. And she's got her balloons going on. Like that. I did draw a picture of Sky once as Pegasus, which I could show y'all. I don't know what I put it under, if it was like pony or horse, maybe Pegasus. Because actually, I was like really into cutesy horses as a kid, and so Magical Princess Sky actually started out as a horse toy. Like a pink horse toy with, you know, kind of the same thing as My Little Pony. It's like there's some stars on the butt, and you would like roll her back, and then she would like move along the ground, kind of like a toy car. She wasn't My Little Pony brand. She was, I think it was called like Tommy or something like that. Hi, Umbra. Umbra says, just dropping in to say hi. I can't stay. Have assignment for school. May or may not be due in less than 2 days. Hope your stream goes well. Thanks for dropping in, Umbra. Good luck on your assignment. Pony. I'll get rid of it too. And my computer is still searching the hard drive for the Pegasus art. I want her to fill up a good amount of the space. So, I'm gonna... Most of the characters have to hold something in the cover art. That's not always the case, but it tends to happen. So, I'm gonna just start drawing her where she could have like her hand on her hips and maybe holding a rose or a stolen necklace or something like that. Okay, let's see if my search is almost. It looks like it found one thing of it. Also, I think I probably want it to be this direction because the last comic cover had somebody facing that direction. What says make her hold a care for her or My Little Pony doll? Yeah, she can like hold the My Little Pony doll, which is scared because she's holding it too tight like that. Now I know what I want her standing positions to be like. I kind of almost want her to be like turning around, I think. Like, turn off that for a second. Create a white background. Alright, so if I imagine her body kind of like twisting around. Something like that, I guess. Her hand on her hip would be more like lower. And she's got a tail, which is mostly why I wanted to do this kind of pose. Something like that. I don't know yet. Hello, welcome, So-sung? Let me know if I said your name right. Okay, she's got short, kind of wispy hair. She's got like this downward facing calic thing. Razor squeezing the pony. I don't know. She can keep the pony until I figure out what she's gonna be holding. She can keep holding it. There we go. I think it's a pretty decent pose so far. Wes says her holding the pony is the chef's kiss. Yeah. Too bad I didn't do this before April Fool's Day. I could have released a fully illustrated version of her with the pony in her hand. That's a volume 8 preview. It would have been like, what is the significance of the pony? she's gonna have her like cut off canard jacket thing, I think. And then whatever else, I guess. Let's save it as a different image. Let's save it as cover idea. Oh, I saved it as a Word file. I saved it as a BMP. I don't even know what those are. I meant to save it as a clip file. There we go. So kind of what I'm thinking, I guess. You can kind of see it, how it might look with the actual like cover, how she might be kind of in there. I think it would make it for a pretty good cover. So I'm going to save that and leave it for now. Think about what I might want her to wear, if there's anything I want to add to it. And we're going to go back to what we were originally supposed to be doing, which is redrawing this scene. I'm going to go ahead and actually copy this and put it in here next to the scene that I'm actually supposed to be drawing. I'll also grab this one because it has the character that she's talking to. Thank you, Wes. Looks like we've actually gotten a few votes on our t-shirt designs. We have 8 votes. 25% of them are for the kanji pop art one. Another 25% for Cameo Distressed, and 50% for the Star Manga page t-shirt. So that one is looking like it's much more popular than the others right now, but the other ones are still favored, which is nice. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on this, I guess. I'm gonna start with Lady here. Hello, welcome Sarah. I use Clip Paint Studio. So that's what I'm drawing in right now. And I use it for pretty much all of my art. Though I have been kind of getting into Vector, Adobe Illustrator the last year or so. But this is what I would draw all my comics in. Ah! I don't know if I can change like that. I meant to press back. However, these comic book pages that you see over here, no, these ones were done digitally. Okay, so this is when I switched to digital art. It was halfway through volume 3, which is what I am doing some flashbacks to right now. So this is when I first started in Clip Paint Studio. The lines are a lot more sketchy than what I can do today, for sure. But that was probably mostly realizing that I could turn on stabilization. But I really do like Clip Paint Studio. However, I do have an older version of it. They just recently went to an all subscription based model, but I bought it back when it was $50 for a lifetime. So I don't really know if I could recommend the, subscription version that they've switched to now, but I definitely like this old version. This is going to be very small on the comic book page, so I'm trying not to give it too much detail, but I also don't want it to look bad. We're just trying to give it some minimal detail. Kind of draw the outlines of her hair instead of the individual strands. For the most part, at least. Her hair is kind of parted like that. There's some over her shoulder. I'm not even really sure what shoes she is wearing in this scene. I didn't really bother to draw them. So I'm just gonna kind of guess what I was thinking back in... I don't even know when Volume 3 was released. It must have been 2016 or 17, I guess. Yeah, I think that's pretty fine for a faraway illustration. Now I need to draw the kind of like balcony you see here, and the stairs, and this chandelier. So I'm going to get a symmetrical ruler. And just go at it. I'm going to start with the chandelier. Struggling to draw a circle. There we go. I'm trying to remember if I knew how to use the symmetrical tool when I first started using Clipmate Studio. I don't think I did, though. Looking at whatever's going on over there. Okay, how many? There's like a lot of candles on there. Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe like 5 on each side. It's like a lot. Hi, welcome back, Eyeless Spider. How have you been? man, looks like the votes have really jumped up for the middle design kanji pop art. I do like having polls during my streams. Kind of feel like a sports announcer. Kanji pop art is in the lead! Or something like that. Gives me something fun to look at while I'm streaming. I don't really know why they have candles up here, but it's certainly dramatic looking. And then it looks like the rest is some kind of like crystal structure thing. I'm gonna try to keep it as original as I can, but I've definitely got to add a little bit more detail. So let's kind of maybe make it so that these actually come out of somewhere instead of just existing. We're gonna do some, pretend these are gemstones, I guess. Crystal chandelier. Wes is asking, do you listen to music while you draw and stream? I know some streamers do. I do actually, and I do have the music playing. But it is very silent, it's very quiet, so maybe I should turn it up a little bit. If people want to hear what music I'm playing, just let me know if that's too loud or if you can't hear it. But this is my stream playlist that I always listen to when I'm streaming. It's some like kind of funky copyright-free music that I put together on a playlist. I definitely listen to different music when it's just me, but this is, you know, what I listen to. While I'm streaming, because I listen to the same thing that I'm playing. That way I know if the music pauses or something, so I can change it. Spider says I'm listening to the stream while I draw as per the norm. Nice. I mean, I completely understand. I think really the only time that I will listen to Vtuber streams is while drawing as well. So, like, I completely get it. Background lines. Hello, welcome Michael Pro, how are you? Wes says, yay for music, what do you listen to off stream, like genre musical artists? Never mind, I got the answer. How do you know what I listen to off stream? I'm so curious. How do you know? Guess I'll just answer it anyway. um, I guess I typically listen to, like, you know, some Japanese pop, some old Magical Girl song playlists, you know, 80s, 90s, J-pop. I listen to some electronic music, like from Porter Robinson, not whatever he's doing today. I don't know what he's up to now. Or rather, I'm ignoring it. So listen to like old school Porter Robinson or like mixes of DJs from the internet, that kind of stuff. Oh, Wes says, I thought you listened to VTubers, so I thought you don't listen to music. No, I only listen to VTubers every once in a while. Like maybe once a month I'll turn on a VTuber stream while I'm drawing. But typically I do listen to, you know, like the music like I was saying while I'm drawing. I especially like listening to like, so I change my playlist depending on what kind of drawing I'm doing. So if I'm doing something that's like light and happy, then I'll listen to my normal like dance tunes, J-pop, that kind of thing. But then when it comes to drawing more serious scenes, I'll typically turn on my more serious soundtrack, which typically consists of a lot of like classical music, from like way back when, like actually classical music, and then a lot of like Yoko Kanno background music from various animes, a lot of a singer called Kokia, and just, you know, that kind of stuff, some random things that I found where it's just sounds of water with a harp in the background. That's my serious playlist. Mahale Pro said, since I know you, how have you been? I used to be a horror artist. I don't recognize the username, so let me know exactly who you are, okay? It'd be nice to know. I'm sorry that I don't recognize the username immediately. Mahale says, the music I used to listen to was more of like techno. So I grew up in a household where my parents were big on like 80s techno, because that's when they grew up. So I've definitely listened to a lot of it, and it's definitely a lot of fun. These days, when I listen to music, I tend to listen to it on pretty low volume, so it's just there to keep me focused. If I'm actually like listening to music, then I really like, there's like a new Skrillex album that I was really into. It's very danceable. You know, I like to listen to things that I can dance to if I'm not drawing. Some other electronic stuff too. Mel says, I'm not on my main account. Okay. Maybe I could as well. Oh, glad to hear you're good. Okay, let's do the bottom of this floor. Gotta do these columns, which I made real funky back in the day. So, have the floor, and then these columns that I guess are kind of part of the floor. And then up know how these are supposed to look. I'm so confused. Idle Spider says, I rarely listen to music while I draw. I usually listen to shows, YouTube videos. When I do listen to music, it's an absurd mix of genres. That is my playlist. I usually switch up what I'm listening to based on what I'm drawing as well, but it's usually YouTube videos. Nice! If I'm doing a lot of mindless work, sometimes I will turn on, I guess like I mentioned, you know, like either a Vtuber stream or a science video, you know, usually about an animal or something where I don't have to actually look at it. Or I have one artist that I like to listen to, also while I draw. I definitely have like an issue with listening to people talk sometimes, like YouTubers, I guess. And so there's not a whole lot of YouTubers that, you know, VTubers or just standard YouTubers that I want to really listen to talk. But there's one called Mew Tripled, and I really like her subject matters and what she talks about, and I find her voice pretty soothing to listen to, which is nice. So sometimes I'll turn on her videos while I draw. I do not like how these are going. I just need help. I'm gonna try again. Hello Pro says, I used to draw with no music whatsoever. Yeah, I definitely sometimes have my moments where I don't want to listen to any music. It gets kind of tiring sometimes. When I draw traditionally, I won't put on any music. Like if I'm doing watercolors or something that day. Now for the steps. Spider says, like if I'm drawing something creepy, it's usually a video about cryptids or creepy iceberg video or horror story narration. Something lighter, just listen to whatever, just usually super long videos. Nice! I am curious though, like what do you mean by iceberg video? Like scary icebergs? Now I'm wondering. Like Tara says, "Yay, Allie stream! Yay! Hello, Tara." Mel Pro says, "When I used to draw scary art, I also had times where I just sat on the chair and drew the thing I wanted to draw while it was super quiet." Nice. It's always interesting what artists like to do while they draw. Copy and paste. I'll do this jerk face. Copy and paste again. We should start getting a little closer together as well. Okay, I've got a lot of answers about the iceberg question. I'm gonna just read them in order. Tara says, iceberg is a form of video where people talk about a variety of topics ranging from most known to least known. Isla Spider says, iceberg charts are a chart where you can make about any topic that's basically a collection of facts about something that get more and more obscure, like going from the tip of the iceberg to the depths. Michael Pro says, icebergs are literal icebergs where the YouTuber talks about a certain scary thing of a movie or game or whatever, and at the tip of the iceberg it's not so scary, but the more you go down of the theme, it gets scarier. Alice Spider says sometimes people will make super long YouTube videos going in depth on one or multiple iceberg charts. Interesting. I definitely haven't watched any of those. Yeah, for a second, I kind of thought that maybe, like, people were now afraid of icebergs, like, and I'm talking, like, literal icebergs. I was like, yeah, the melting of the icebergs is scary. Okay, now, this makes more sense, though. This is going to be the last step. Merge all those together. Delete whatever was going on there. Actually, I guess the top one really shouldn't have. I think the perspective is all wrong on this, but you know what? It's fine. I'd rather have something, I think. Well, no, this is not making any sense, actually. I don't know if I can use this. Let me read the chat again. Alice Fetter says, like one I watched recently is a disturbing video game Iceberg where I went through obscure and or lost horror games that got more and more obscure and strange and creepy. Video was about 2 hours. Oh my goodness, that is long. Michael Mahal Pro says, I watched the Iceberg of a VHS series and there's like a little heart in the way so I can't read one letter. And it was terrifying at the depth. Interesting. I don't know if I can use those stairs or not, but I think I'm just going to leave them for the moment. And we can correct it. Do it's like I put like windows there or something. I don't know why there would be windows there. I'm very confused. Just gonna say that those are like pictures of something. And I'm actually gonna do them a little bit different. they go kind of around the hanging on that corner. Copy, paste, and flip to the other side. Spider says, random thing, drawing one of my ships right now. One of the characters is a half Hydra dragon. Yep, Hydra! I love Hydras, they're so cool. I am really into Magic the Gathering right now, if anybody knows the game, and I absolutely love all the Hydra cards. I liked Hydras a lot, like, from like childhood, I guess. There was this science fiction book that I read called Sweetwater in middle school. It's a science fiction, but it has a creature called a Hydra in it that's, you know, obviously similar to the mythology, and it just really made me like them a lot. Alistair says another character sleeps a lot, so their ship name is Sleepyheads. That's pretty cute. Tara says, I remember the time where I watched a 24-hour video of two dudes playing Minecraft. Oh my goodness gracious, 24 hours? Was it a stream or was it just like you watched it as like a 24-hour video? That's wild. Al Pro says, last art I drew was art for Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6. I don't know if that is ringing a bell for me. Is it a comic? Added detail on this stuff, I guess. Leave it simple, I guess. Tara says, not a stream, an actual 24-hour video. Was it like 24 hours edited, or did they just play it and just went through, or did they like edit the 24-hour video? I'm so confused. Alpro says, no, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, not out yet, so they asked me if I could make a concept art for the game. Oh, that sounds super cool. Congratulations. That must be fun to do concept art. I'm also working on a freelance project right now that I'm also not releasing things for. I've told people about it though on my streams quite a lot, but and also the art that I've already done that's on the website is accessible, but it's a social emotional like learning program, like a ed tech program for schools. And so I'm doing art and a story and comic book for kids to learn more about how to like relate to one another and communicate effectively. And I really believe in the mission. I think it's super cool. Alice Spider says, I try to give my ships clever names. Another one of mine is one character has ginger hair and the other is a moray eel mermaid. So the ship name is Ginger Eel, like ginger ale. Aw, that's cute. I'm imagining art of them both like in a root beer mug. You know what I'm talking about, with the ginger ale in it. They're really cute. Alright, I think the sky's supposed to be around here, so let's go ahead and just group all this stuff. while since I've seen it, but I think the editing was minimal. Oh wow. I can't believe they would actually edit that long of a video. I can't even imagine how much computer power that would take, but that's really cool. Outsider says, OMG, I need to draw that. Yeah, it'd be super cute. Pro says, right now I'm working on other stuff. The concept art is quite difficult if you understand me. But I did it. Again, I'm missing a letter because there's like a heart button in front of whatever you're saying. So oh, it's done. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. I've done, I guess, a little concept art. There was these people who wanted some world building done for a comic book series that they were planning on doing. They never ended up doing anything with it, but it was definitely fun to do the world building and concepts for it and stuff that was supposed to be passed off to other artists to complete kind of deal. But definitely hard to build up concepts like that from scratch. Spider says there's a YouTuber I really like called Wendigo, and he does super long, generally 1 to 5 hour long videos. Oh my goodness. 4 topics and icebergs. Watch him a lot while drawing. That's very interesting. I didn't realize that people liked such long videos that weren't streams. I've been thinking about putting more effort into my YouTube page because it seems like I'm really struggling to use Instagram, and it's like TikTok is probably going away, Instagram is being, you know, they're gonna start scraping stuff for AI and all that, and I haven't really been using it anyway. So the only social media that I really like consistently use, and by consistently I mean like once a month, is YouTube. It's just hard to put aside the time to edit videos and things, and so streaming's a little easier, but if I was doing a video where it didn't really matter how much I edited it, if it was just like a super long video, maybe it would be a little easier to get into it. Mel Pro says another art I did was a Wendigo, and as you can understandably see, probably guess it's horror art. I know that a Wendigo is a cryptid, but I cannot remember for the life of me what the cryptid is supposed to look like. So if anybody wants to fill me in. I feel like I used to watch a lot of like cryptid things back on like Science Channel and stuff, or the Sci-Fi Channel, I guess, rather, as a kid, but it's been a long time. I did recently go to the Cryptid Museum in Portland, Maine, and that was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, he didn't really have a lot of hard facts. It was mostly just like, here's a bunch of, you know, toys and things of cryptids. And the most proof things he had was Bigfoot, I guess, quite obviously, but a lot of it was very unconvincing and scattered in with toys. So, I don't know. But it sure was funny. I don't know if it was worth the money, though. The Hell Pro says Wendigo was a creature from folklore. Yes, I know. I know that. I'm asking, what is it, though? I remember that Wendigo is something, you know, from folklore that people say could be like a cryptid at one time. I remember hearing about it, but what it is, I don't remember. Halpro says, another art I remade was the Siren Head, but that was years ago. Oh, that sounds fun. Sirens are cool to draw. Alice Ryder says, I want to go to the Cryptid Museum. It was pretty fun. If you ever come up here, you should go. Again, I don't know if it was worth the money, but it was really something. Alright, I can Google it later. Alright, this art... It's like a little slimmer, honestly. Like, her face is a lot slimmer than I drew it here. You have a cheese bubble wrap? The bubble wrap. What exactly does achieved bubble wrap mean? You got some? Music paused. Come back on the music. There we go. I don't recognize what kind of cryptid that is, unfortunately. I need more stabilization on this pen. Chins are really hard for me. I would say that it's one of the things that I find hardest about drawing. Sorry, says my mom was unpacking boxes, just handed me bubble wrap. Oh, nice. I don't use a whole lot of bubble wrap in my packing since it's a little expensive. If somebody sends me a package and it has bubble wrap, though, I will typically save it and then use it for packing, you know, usually around one of my hardcover omnibuses. But other than that, I usually don't have bubble wrap around. It's fun to draw, though. Kind of like nonsensical in the way that I just kind of throw it on there. Alice Fetter says my Hydra OC kind of has Milan's hair before he became unwell. Pre-unwell Milan hair. That's great. I do think it's a good hairstyle. I'm going to have to go and see if you had posted your Hydra OC or not. The Helpro says once made an entire lab and house of boxes and cartons and a bit of plastic. Took me about a month or so. Did you make a model house, or was it like a tiny house that you made in your yard or inside of another house? I have made one little like dollhouse model house out of a CD. It was supposed to be like a CD storage back in the day, I guess, and I turned it into like a little dollhouse, and that was pretty fun. Out of some scrapbooking tools and things like that. Oh wow, an entire house, life size and massive. Where did you put it? That does sound like fun. So don't take me for granted? What do you mean take for granted? I think making that house out of cardboard sounds like fun. I do not know what you mean. Highlight Better says, me seeing a character with long black hair. Oh, gee, just like God. Malpro says, I don't remember, but it broke anyway. Yeah, it seems like cardboard might not last for that long. That still sounds like a fun project, though. Favorite parts of the eyes is the little eyelashes. Now she's kind of like looking down. Looking down the stairs. I give her a little bit more of a detailed facial expression than I did back in 2017 or whenever I drew that. Definitely needs to look a little bit more powerful. Let's see. Less eyebrow scrunch potentially. Let me turn off the bottom layer and see how I feel about it. Yeah, this eyebrow needs to go. She needs more of like that. The eyebrows can do a lot. Galafro says maybe revisit into machinery and make another animatronic. Oh, that sounds like a fun project too. It sounds like you're always doing a lot of different cool projects. Malvro says they removed Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. I can make my own. Are you building your own animatronics on their corpses? Alice Fetter says, why is anatomy so hard? It is hard. I've been definitely trying to like push the kind of poses that I do in my art, and it's definitely very hard. She needs her necklace chain and collarbones. moved a little up. No object there to transform, huh? Which layer is it on? Oh, there we go. Flip it again. Very cool. So I guess your car is just sitting around. I know that working on engines is very complicated from what I do understand. Obviously I haven't done it, but Allie's fiance works on cars a lot. Even though that's kind of in like the cutoff zone. So this arrow here is pointing to the blue line, and that's usually where the printers, it's the print bleed basically, so it could get cut off potentially. So I try to keep anything that I actually want on the page within those lines. Alice says, I'm trying to draw two characters cuddling and it is not easy. Yeah, it's not. That's definitely difficult to draw two characters interacting. So I'm going to put those in a folder together and add a little screen tone to her. I'm going to turn off the blue line. Hashira says, my Hydra OC plays basketball and I wanted to have a cute thing where the BF is wearing their basketball jersey, and that would mean I can't use the excuse of long sleeves to cover the hands. Yeah. That does sound super cute. I don't know if I really have any hand advice other than look at your own hands while drawing, I guess. And you could probably hide somebody's hand, you know, behind somebody else if they're cuddling, you know. At least if they were like hugging or something, then you wouldn't have to draw all four hands, maybe only, you know, 2 or 3. Melpro says, may finish Back to the Future DeLorean someday. Those cards are pretty interesting. There was, one that I saw back in Sarasota when I used to live there, and somebody had one. And they had it at a car show at this coffee shop that I used to go to sometimes. Too much reflection, I think it makes her look too happy. I'm just gonna do the ones, but they need to be a little different. We're instead going to do, I don't do this a lot, but like a gauge and blur kind of deal. And then I want to give it more intense shadows. go ahead and put those in there. Prince Allie, hi, welcome back. It's been a while. How have you been? Alice Hutter says, forgot my Hydro OC has a dragon tail and I have to work that in. That sounds like it might be hard to do. Good luck. Oops. I don't know why my pen sometimes does that. Pro says yesterday I saw a YouTuber in his Lamborghini and he let me test drive it. That sounds like fun. That is pretty trusting. I guess it depends on how rich he is. He might not care if it gets crashed. He might have insurance on it. What is the project that you're working on? Didn't mean to hit that. Oh no. Oh, it's not for all layers. I was like, why is it doing that where it like goes outside the bounds? There we go, there's some shading. I'm actually gonna give it a little bit more drama around the eyes. Shadows on the hair. Alright, there's the difference. That's like a... What is that if I completed that in 2016 maybe? 18, 19... It's like a 8-year difference in improvement, I guess. Another. Are you actually going to make Michael Pro? Are you okay? So, are you actually modifying the car to have spikes and be like a bumper car to crash into other cars, or is it something that you're drawing as like a comic or a story or something like that? I'm just so curious. Spiky car sounds pretty neat though. Oh wow! 15 votes for our t-shirt designs. Right now, they are all evenly tied. I'm gonna make them large for a second. They are all evenly tied at 33% each. That really came out of nowhere. I wonder who will win now. Alright, I'll put it back down here. So it says a fully made car with spikes and a fast engine. Yeah, very cool. I have seen some modified cars at car shows. It was not like a fast car, but it was supposed to look super distressed with spikes in it. I don't know what kind of car they built it off of. It must have been like a kit car, or actually maybe a really old car. It looks like one of those old Fords from the 1920s or whatnot, but with a bunch of spikes and things sticking off of it and fake engine tubes and things on the outside. I don't really know if it was just supposed to look like it came from some movie or something, but it was definitely interesting. Malfro says, just so it looks cool, not that I'll use it for anything other than the apocalypse. Here you go, pre-make your apocalypse ride. Hellspetter says, come on, Team Kanji Pop Art, we got this, we can pull through. Is that what team you're on? This is actually supposed to be like this, I guess. That looks correct. All this stuff outside the borders. Full screen or something. Sun says, hey Allie-chan, happy Monday. How was your weekend? Glad I was able to catch the stream. Thanks, Sun. I'm glad you were able to catch my stream too. My weekend was really nice. It was super warm here with a cool breeze, and my fiance and I went down to like a river beach and had a sandwich and hunted for river rocks, and that was really fun. And then the next day I went to Magic the Gathering casual EDH group meetup, which I typically do almost every weekend, and go and play my decks with other people at the game shop around here, and that's always fun. Hi, Akane! Thanks for popping in to say hi. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'll see you again sometime soon. Hal Pro says, thinking about adding a turret. I remembered where to get one and it would be illegal. If you got like a, not a real turret, but like a, a fake one, like made a fake turret or something, then I don't think that would be illegal, because people can put like fake weapons on their show cars and things. They just have to be fake. Up that whole page again, see what should be happening here. I don't really know what's supposed to be back there. I didn't really think much about what was going on. Back at the start, if you can't tell, I'm like, I don't know what is happening with this background. Now I overthink everything. But in these days, I wasn't thinking much at all, I guess. Let's, feel like a background gradient or something. Oh, it didn't catch the whole background. Oops. Try that again. Select all layers. Try that background gradient once again. Do it behind her. It needs to be a little bigger, I think. Some light around this area. So let's do filter and blur. Clean up this gradient. Kind of clipped through some little holes. She's recently left holes on her ankles. Tips of her ears. Sorry, I got kind of lost in here. Let me do one more thing and then I'll read the chat and stop ignoring it. I'm trying to find my, what I did with my shiny brush. I need my airbrush. Sometimes I forget what tool is which. Oh, there we go. down here. I gotta figure out. Oh, there we go. Where the white was. We're blocking it out from the scene. There you go. I'm gonna hit save since it's been a while that I haven't hit save, which is always bad. Alpro says, I drew the concept art for Amnesia back. Amnesia the Dark Descent. I don't know that one. I only know Amnesia the Otome game, I guess. Or, I mean, it was also an anime, so I know that one. But not the Dark Descent. But then again, I don't really play a whole lot of, you know, horror games. But that sounds cool. So is that what you do for a job? Is you do concept art and stuff? Mostly horror video games and that sort? Sorry, says, I wanted to finish this drawing before the stream ended, but my hand is cramping. Oh no! You gotta do the finger stretches. Spider says, I was talking briefly to my mom yesterday and mentioned I wanted a sea otter plushie in a conversation and just got 5 ads for sea otter plushies on Pinterest. What's going on? That's because your phone is listening to you, I guess. Sun says, the electronics are listening in. That or the sea otters are targeting you specifically. In my apartment building right now, we just had a tenant move in. And she works with otters in the local aquarium. So I thought that was pretty cool. She brought us a painting that the otters did with their paws, and it was super cute. I want to go actually like go and visit the otters that painted it, but it's kind of like a ways off. Hopefully soon, maybe it'll be a summer activity. Okay, I think that looks a little better. Also, Crow says, I meant the game that PewDiePie played. I don't watch PewDiePie, so I don't know which games he plays, unfortunately. Oh, okay, so concept art is just something that you do, like, on the side, then? Sun says the otters do art. How cute. Yeah. And they're just like paw prints just smeared around with different art on it. It's super cute. I guess it must be like an enrichment activity that they do for them or something like that. Do it for absolutely no reason. You don't like doing concept art? Hello, Mattias. Vince. so long since I've heard your voice live. Yeah, I know, I've been streaming really sporadically. It's nice to see you too. You changed your name, but I recognize your little profile picture. It's good to see you. Yeah, I know that I have to get back into streaming a bit more. Once I have my first guest convention here at the end of the month in Portland, Maine. So if you're near Portland, Maine, anybody, you should definitely come. It's at the end of this month and it's called PortCon. And it's going to be really cool because the Artist Alley is actually in an abandoned shop in the mall. And the mall is happening. And I will say it's probably happening because it's the only mall in Maine. But it's really fun to go there because at any given time it's just full of people who are actually shopping. And I found that when I lived in Florida, a lot of people would just walk around the malls and they weren't really like shopping or anything. I mean, it's a fun hangout, right? But it was kind of nice to see a mall actually like still happening, and there's a lot of like bowling and karaoke and stuff also in the mall, and it's a super fun mall. Well, Pro says, also did concept art for Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't played that one again since it's horror, but I do know of that one. That's pretty cool. Atlas Lighter says, one of the animal YouTubers I researched has a whole I don't know why I put baby in there. A whole animal sanctuary. Recently got a baby otter, so that's been fun to watch otters name as me and Dido. Aww. Cute. Madia says, started transitioning away from having personal information on social media accounts. Yeah, good for you. Mahal says, also made games before. What kind of games did you make when you did? Finds the cross happen. Options. I'm trying to remember what page is before this. So that I can match it a bit, I'm going to open and see what is going on the page before this. It must be in a different folder. Transfer. Page before, so I should continue whatever is going on here a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna do a bunch of black and then some cross hatching to kind of break it up. There's gonna be words here, so I don't want the words to get too covered by cross hatching. It's gonna be more extreme up here. Some black. I'm going to combine it with the below and turn it into tone. Like a line or something, maybe. Plus I wanted to remove some of this here, make it a little lighter. Less dots. Looks like there's still some places where it's not black up here. I want it to be like completely dark at the very top. And then have some of these stars like we see. So I'm going to do some stars and some dots and then add some screen tone around them. Sun said, there should be an art gallery of just art created by animals. I would go, oh, that sounds really cute. I know a lot of scientists test, animal cognitive ability by doing art or like seeing what they can do with colors. I know some people have their dogs paint and things like that. It would be really fun. Alice Spider says, art was failing me, so now I'm just drinking a LaCroix and staring into nothingness. Ah, I love some sparkling water. Hellfro says, I made a game called Gloomy, and a game called Pine Trees, and also a game where you gotta survive each night while something comes after you. Interesting. Were they long games, or just all like short concept games? It still seems really neat to actually make games. I had thought about trying to make like a visual novel or something before, but it seems so daunting. Oh, I changed the wrong one to tone. Nadia says, news for the con-going Florida Magical Girl. Our local convention is coming back for a third year, and I'm preparing to enter its cosplay contest. Oh, that's exciting. What kind of cosplay are you doing this time? Yeah, again, I haven't been to like a Florida convention in a long time or gotten into one. It's been so hard to get in, and then I moved temporarily to Maine, and that's obviously made it so that going to Florida conventions is not happening. I am planning on moving back to Florida, so I'll see if I can get some more spots or something now that I have this guest position in Maine. Though I don't know what'll happen because it's unfortunate, but with conventions, they only really look at how many followers you have, and I've never been a very high follower count person, but I do have like my own comic book series, and I'm good at public speaking, and so I wish that those kind of things were more considered in the Florida art scene, especially since I had been so integrated with it for so long, knew all the artists that were typically there and that kind of thing, and then I just couldn't get in, So I felt like I was part of a community, and then I was like tossed out of it because my follower count didn't keep up with what everyone else's did. And now I've just kind of given up on social media altogether because it's like, what's the point, I was never that good at social media. I'm better at going to conventions and interfacing with people in person, and that's just the truth. It's kind of weird that I became a VTuber in general. Because I wouldn't say that I'm good at streaming necessarily, but I think that I am good at public speaking with people, like face to face. Yeah, just interesting. So I should read the chat. Hello, welcome Proxima. It's been a while. How are you? Proxima wants to know what the poll means. Can you please explain the three options? Yes, I can. So here are our options here. I'll move this. Oops. Didn't move that. I meant to move this. Alright, so I am making some t-shirts for the convention that I'm a guest at here at the end of June in Portland, Maine. And I wanted some t-shirt designs. So here are three options that I'm thinking about making. The first one, and I'll make it even larger so everyone can see. This is supposed to be like a cameo themed design with my head and a side profile and very like princessy. It says Magic Princess Sky, Angel of Justice, Protector of the Peace-Loving Planet of Rabufru, down at the bottom in cursive with some Rococo inspired bows and Victorian kind of things going on as well. It's a screen print. It's a super nice distressed dye t-shirt. The second one is a little bit of a cheaper option for the t-shirt, but it has a two-color screen print. It has kanji on the side that says Maho Hime Sky. So that's me. So that's pretty fun. And then the third option is a long sleeve shirt where it has a comic book page from volume 8 on the back where I transform. Plus it has some shooting stars and a logo on the side of the sleeve in white screen print. So these are what I mean when I'm talking about the options on the side. So these are designs that I'm thinking about having made. And I want my followers' input on what they think are actually good designs. I'll shrink that back down there. Proxima says, they all look beautiful and awesome. It's going to be hard to choose. Aw, thanks. Madia says, I haven't posted anything on my IG since making it, but I'll be posting pictures of the cosplay when the day comes. Nice. Madia says, you are a beautiful VTuber for what it's worth. Still haven't found another with a style like yours. Thanks! I mean, I guess it kind of comes from the fact that I drew the model like I would draw the character in like my art itself, and so I didn't reference any other VTubers because at the time that I made the VTuber, I hadn't watched any VTubers. I just kind of knew they were a thing and wanted to create something so that Sky could talk with people in real life at conventions. I have the display where I have the big screen for those who don't know, where you can actually talk to me one-on-one, and so I kind of combined like VTuber with that public speaking thing, and then ended up doing the actual streaming later on because people asked me to. But I'm glad that you think the VTuber model is very pretty. I'm coming up on, I think it's I think it's my 3rd year VTuber anniversary is actually next month. I think it's 3 years. It could be more, which would be pretty crazy. I think it's 3. And I wanted to make a new model for so long, but obviously my other projects take precedence. But hopefully one day I would like to do a new model, even though I do like this one, or at least go back and enhance it with everything that I've learned, since I haven't changed this model much since I created it as my first VTuber model, and since then I've done, potentially thousands of hours of rigging and things, and I know a lot more, so I could definitely make a better model, but I'm still happy with this one, and I like, or rather, thank you for still liking it. Nadia says, for what it's worth, you already shared with the world the things you're wanting to, and you have an active social life of inner ally, friends, and family, then you don't really need social media. Your VTuber origin story is still leagues more interesting than any corporate lore video. Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely taken a step back from social media even more so to make more room for an in real life social life. When I moved up here to Maine, I've been going to the game shop every week and playing Magic the Gathering with real life people. I'm becoming more integrated with my fiance's family now that we're living very close to them. And it's really nice to just exist more in the real world, and it kind of feels like social media is kind of a losing game anyway. I definitely want to have a better relationship with social media, but I don't know what that looks like for me. I've been trying to figure it out for a long time. But I definitely agree with you, and I'm glad you think my origin story is interesting. I mean, it was definitely interesting to have happen to me, that's for sure. I missed some of Mahel Pro's messages about the games that they created. One was a survival game with a cryptid monster that comes after, just kind of surviving game, survival. Pine Trees is a multiple ending game. Lumi is a horror escape type game. So you're definitely more into those darker kind of things for sure. And I do like streaming, you know, more than most social media, I think, because I don't have to perfectly create something to put out there and be like, oh, this has to be perfect. People are going to see it, they can like and talk. I like this more because I set aside the time and then I just exist within this time interacting with people on social media. And I like it a lot. I still want to create more like actual videos, but I just have not really been putting aside the time for it, obviously. But yes, I like streaming. The Hell Pro says I miss the old times. Which old times? That can mean a lot of different things for a lot of people. Wow, it looks like Cameo Distressed and the Star Manga Page shirt are both tied at 35% over 17 votes. Kanji Pop Art is not long behind at 29%. It's so intense, I wonder who will win. It's interesting that they're all pretty even. It doesn't really make it that easy for me to decide anything, but I'm glad that everyone likes all the designs. Self-reflection is definitely a good thing. Alright, let me see what's supposed to go. Okay, that's supposed to be down there. I was thinking about doing some things there, but I think it might actually be better just simple, and also I need to get this manga done. Just what it has to be. I have been taking an enormously long time to complete this volume, so I've just started to be like, it doesn't have to be perfect, just like skip things if they're not necessary, honestly. So I'm gonna draw this. I'm gonna get up the page to see the page before this page so that I can make sure that I have Sky sitting in the right position. It's gonna be kind of like leaning over and tapping this, which is like way farther than I anticipated, so I guess she's gotta like kind of crawl over there. this pose a little bit. No, I guess this pose was fine. I'm just gonna pretend the ship was closer than it was. I definitely don't want to make her hands like cut off. We need to be able to see what she's doing. I guess I can have her kind of like breaking out of the frame to make it a little larger. That's fine. I'm also going to be making some tote bags for the convention because, like I said, it is in the mall. And it is open to the public, which I think is pretty cool, so you don't need a badge to get in unless you want to go to some of the panels or something. But if you're in the mall, you could just go right in and just shop. And like I said, that mall is always very busy. And so I want to make sure that I have some custom shopping bags so that anybody who purchases, you know, like a few books or a t-shirt doesn't have to lug them through the mall in their open hands. So definitely going to design something like that. I have one design, I'll probably just order it. I just use the same art repeatedly on my merch, but I think the chibi design on it is pretty cute. I can show y'all what I'm talking about for my bag. There it is. So this is the bag that I'm planning on creating for people to take home their t-shirts or their stack of books. And very simple, but Sanrio is very popular at the main mall. There's like 3 different stores that sell loads of Sanrio stuff. So I thought the simple like chibi design might be more popular for the client base at that mall at least. Thanks for stopping in, Mel. You have a good day of your a good rest of your day and night as well. Someone says the tote bag is very cute. Thank you. Hello, welcome, Stephanie. Tapping this fallen or ruins of ship. says, you have a rest day if you're good. Yeah, that is pretty much what I said. Fair enough. I was really struggling with words there for a moment. Stephanie says, I'm from Indonesia. I like your drawing. Thank you very much, Stephanie. This is for my original manga comic book series. This is volume 8, so I've been working on it for a while. All the legs. That foot back there. Yeah, I'm gonna take off that layer and see how it looks. It looks pretty alright. It's again not perfect anatomy, but I'm just going for speed at this point. I need to stop taking a bajillion years with this. Okay, what does her hair look like? In braids. Some hair and then her braids. Still a little swaying from the motion. This braid is just kind of behind. Now for a facial expression. What we like to call the orange peel face. Orange peel mouth, rather. I definitely got away from using it so much, but here we are, once again. My music stopped again, there we go. Put it in a grouped folder. And wrong side of that shit. I was supposed to say I forgot about the orange peel face. Yeah, I haven't used it for a long time. I was trying to diversify my facial expressions. The page is jumping around like that, sorry. Let's tape this. Yeah, I just filled it, now I'm gonna drag it above. line there. But the background art has to be kind of like still in this bubble. Okay, taking another look back. Okay, so tapping on the side, there's some grass here. I'm gonna pull that out. I don't know if that's still visible on the stream, the popped out window or not, but yeah, it looks like it's visible. Sort of, it's kind of like behind my head though. Gotta put it over here. Kind of sloppy grass structure going on here. Grass area seen from a little bit of a different angle. I could make this easier on myself and just copy it and just put it in here, but that's okay. I kinda wanna copy this vine though. I'm like, why am I drawing this vine from scratch? This vine was hard to draw. That's okay, it'll be pretty quick. I'm making good time on this comic book page, so we're just gonna keep at it. Oh my gosh, we just got another vote. The manga page long sleeve shirt is winning now at 39% of votes for 18 votes. Hi, welcome King. Thank you. This is a page from my manga series, volume 8, that I'm currently working on. I think we've got enough vine going on for the moment. I want to make this look kind of beat up, and so I'm just gonna add some lines on it, some kind of like messy cross hatching or something, and then we've got to draw the plants surrounding. And I have to draw the inside of this ship in a future scene, and I am not prepared, that is for sure. I'm gonna turn down the stabilization. It's bad for drawing plants, that's for sure. It's like, no, I want it to be weird and not straight. My stabilization is like, what do you mean? Someone says you got this, we believe in you, thank you. If it looks bad, at least I can say I did it, right? That's me. Some grass around here. Try some more grass shapes. There's kind of like shadowies back there. I'll just leave that there. Alright. Okay, this is allowing us to see where we missed some white fill. This is going to allow us to move this again so I can see where the pin that I want is. I want a pastel, I want... I think I used this one, I think, for the shading on the other one. I think so. No, that doesn't look quite the same. Let's see, what was it? Was it gauche? Yeah, I think it might have been gauche. But it could have been something else. This one? No, but that one looks cool. I'm trying to remember what I used for this up here. Maybe it was a pin after all. It could have been the textured pin. It looks close, but I don't like it as much as I'm gonna start with this one, I think. With the background. Maybe the back kind of in this pin. I'll kind of single out those ferns in a second. Just keep doing this for now. Do some. It's supposed to be the shadows from the flickering fire in the foreground. And then we'll go back to oil paints and use some gauche on the ship here. And a little bit for the shading for the blinds. And some more soft shading for underneath the sky and plants. I'm also going to include some on the body itself. Looking pretty good. It's definitely, you know, sloppy, but I'm about to clean it up. I kind of almost like this sloppier shading for firelight and darkness. Relax the amount of rough shading there a little bit. A little bit more selective. The background can stay. Paste that, and then I'm gonna give it some highlights. There's our ship, and then we're gonna use the other crazy brush, this one, for some grass in the foreground. Let's give it some organic texture. Just want to soften that up a little bit. And then I can make this look a little cleaner by turning it just directly into tone. Probably lines is going to be a little cleaner. Do some sparks in the foreground. I have a bunch of effects brushes here. I don't know if you can really see them because I kind of put stuff in front of them, but some that I like to use. And then on top of everything, I usually love to do some splatters and things. Yeah, those little dots. Just love to throw dots on everything. I think I was supposed to leave some space for some words here also, so I'm going to rearrange. I think I was supposed to leave a little room. Removing those layers so that I can see where the all-important blue line is. And the splatters need to be removed from this area. These need to be moved. That seems like enough room for me to put something. Yeah, Sun says the dots are like glitter. Yes, and I do love adding glitter to everything. I'm tapping this, so I'm gonna put little tap marks. little skinnier. I don't know why that one kind of went funky. I think she's supposed to be saying something here. So we're gonna take a look back at the old pages. So it's probably gonna be this line, so let's add a appropriately sized speech bubble. At the beginning, I didn't really like this page layout, but I think it's actually fine now that I've drawn everything. And then there's supposed to be a speech bubble down here. I think it's on both sides or something like that, but I think I'm just gonna try to do it so it doesn't cover up the ship. Kind of like extending from this bubble, so we'll make it like a little large. Sun says, I recently got glitter gel pens. Now all my art and writing has glitter. Awesome! I used to have a bunch of glitter gel pens that I would take to conventions to do commissions, like in person with Copic markers and glitter pens, and it was always a lot of fun to just make everything super sparkly. Border effect, no good. Okay, that's fine. I almost kind of want some like cross-hatching or something to kind of break up the space around Sky's head. So we're going to much a whole page, from what I know. I mean, I might go back and add some speech bubbles or change amounts once I try to figure out what kind of text we're gonna need and all that. Screenshot my votes. There you go, so that I can remember what won out here. So it seems like this is how it's probably gonna stay. Looks like the Star Manga page t-shirt won out. Cameo Distress was actually second, and Kanji Pop Art came in last, and I actually thought that was going to be the most popular one. So very interesting. This is definitely information that I can use to my advantage. And, well, here's the completed page that we did on stream together. I believe I'm up to like 35 pages or something right now. It doesn't seem like a lot the time that I've been working on it, but the time that I've been working on it has been honestly a lot of world building and stuff, because as you could tell as I was working on this building, I realized how much world building I just hadn't done at the beginning of working on this series when I started, and so I'm really attempting to do a lot more now. House Spider says, I was gonna get up and do something, but there's a cat on my lap now, so I can't move. Aww, yeah. You can't get up if there's a cat in your lap. Sun says, wow, that is a lot. Yeah, there'll be, and I'm thinking that there's probably gonna be more than 100 pages in the next volume. So I typically do like between like 95 and 105 manga pages for each volume for 1 through 7, volumes 1 through 7, but this volume, there's just a lot of story that needs to be put in, so I might end up doing maybe like 120 pages, a little bit extra. We will see though. Spider says it looks amazing. Thank you very much. I'm glad you think so. Oh, it looks like we got another vote on our thing, so let me screenshot that and replace this image with the results. Did I not screenshot it correctly? There we go. There, so now I have the true results, which it seems like Star Manga page got another vote. Alright, thank you very much everyone for joining me on my stream and keeping me company while I work and ramble about merch designs and such. I'm definitely going to attempt to stream more leading up to my convention at the end of June, so that I can look more like I'm an actual VTuber, since I did get like a VTuber guest position. So as a VTuber, it's my duty to stream more than once a month, right? So I'm going to definitely attempt it. It might be a lot more manga pages, but also I want to play a little bit more Undertale since I want to get through that, so we'll see. Alright, thanks everyone for joining me. I will see you all next time. Alright, bye bye!